Want to know all of the recent news of Universal Orlando? Well, I'm your guy. Join me as I go through everything that has changed this week and come back next week to see even more. Who am I? Well, I am Lunu, your weekly Universal news and updates. Without further ado, let's get started. General news. Sometimes updates, sometimes articles, sometimes both. So this topic holds the main update of the video, which is that this week, Super Nintendo World was confirmed to be coming to Universal Orlando. Yes, this is in fact happening, as in the first look at the land in Japan, we got this scene that shows Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto telling us this information. This confirms the suspicion that this land will be coming to Epic Universe, and only makes me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, more excited for this theme park to open at its estimated opening time of 2023. So going to things actually in the park, we can see that the hub in the large interactive screen and American Express area was removed. It's a real shame, as the screen was super cool, but all things have to go at some point. So actually in the parks, at some of the more popular drink machines, plexiglass dividers were placed in between them. This is simply so that more people can use these machines, and it will help the functionality of these places a lot. So in the Studios parks, at the Minions Christmas float that went up, some Minions stood. They were doing meet and greets, and just added to the Minion feel of this area. Also at the entrance of this park, a new electronic sign was placed. It is used to display information because that is what signs do. So next up is some crowds. As the pandemic is considered to be less and less, even though the numbers in Florida are going higher and higher, the parks now hit capacity a lot faster. So this weekend, on both days, the park would hit capacity early on in the morning. However, unlike past times where they said that the parks would not reopen, this week the parks reopened later in the day both times that they hit capacity. Also, in between these times, standby lines to get into the parks emerged in City Walk. At least we aren't looking at cutting people out for the rest of the day now. So because of these crowds, the passageway in between the two parks that can be used by park hoppers opened. This passageway would only open from Islands to Studios on Saturday, but on Sunday would open both ways. So that's it for this topic, but stick around for my next one. Construction! So what's new in the land of hard hats and front loaders today? Well, as always, we can start off with the Jurassic World Velocicoaster. So here only two things happened. This is that landscaping was done in front of the ride by the show building, giving it even more of a jungly vibe. And that over on the bypass that goes through the site, some unknown work was done. I believe that this work was that lighting was put on the path, but obviously I could be wrong. So in Isla Nublar, that was not the only thing that were added. Some lights were placed. In the beginning of the week, they looked like this, but were later replaced with darker, more permanent-looking lighting instead that matches the theme better that the Velocicoaster gives. So finally is something that actually happened in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. In the Forbidden Journey, the lockers that were closed last week, due to the new ones opening, became an extension to the ride's gift shop. It's good to see that this room went to use, and it wasn't just closed for months until Uni decided what they wanted to do with it. But speaking of months, we can see something that happens every month in my next topic. Passholder news. So this week, this topic is extremely short. And when I say that, I mean that I literally have one update here. So because January is nearing, the first UOAP pin of 2021 was revealed. This button is themed to the Universal Orlando annual Passholder Lounge, and how hard it is to find it. Funny enough, this is one of the 2 locations that this button can be found once January hits, and I can say that the message of this pin cannot be more true. The lounge is quite nicely disguised in Hollywood and can be difficult to find your first time trying to get to it. On the plot of first times, let's see what's on sale for the first time in my next topic. Merchandise, the stuff you buy so uni can thrive. To start us off, we have a ton of sales. The first of these is that the holiday masks that came out at the beginning of the season are now only $5. It's a bit late to get one for the season now, but if you want to collect these, now is your chance. The next sale is that all Macy's related items are now 30% off. So if you remember the Universal's holiday experience featuring Macy's balloons with an object, now you can, for even cheaper than normally. Finally for sales is that the holiday tree hunt went on sale, selling for $4 less than the original price was. Now that I look at these, this is just Universal trying to sell all of their Christmas stuff before it's too late. But hey, whatever they gotta do to stay open. As for Christmas stuff, the retro ornaments that have been sold for a very long time now can be customized to say the year, if you want to remember it. Personally, I wouldn't want to remember 2020, but whatever floats your boat. Also retro, now in the phone case kiosks, you can buy new retro phone cases. These look really cool, and I personally would buy one if I got the chance. Speaking of kiosks, some merchandise ones in Toon Lagoon were removed. I'm not sure why they did this, but I do know that it makes the area look a lot more open. So completely off topic, a new chocolate frog card was added. This card is occupied by Daisy Dotteridge, who in the series is the founder of the Lakely Cauldron. She will be the 6th available card that can be found, as every now and then an exclusive card is added to the 5 normal ones, which are the 4 House Founders and Albus Dumbledore. Also, a new Universal Star Mask can be found, adding to what seems to be the ever-expanding Universal Star line. As for the online store, all that was added this week was some new masks, so if you want these, they are open to buy. So that's everything in Universal Orlando that I could find this week. This week has been some good fun, and I think that it's just the right amount of work for me before the holidays. If you celebrate it, Merry Christmas! Please leave me a present of a like or a subscription. I promise I'll be good this year. And with all that said and done, this is Wuno, signing off.